Hello everyone, welcome back my YouTube channel Salesforce Hunt. This is Rohit and today I'm going to show you how to use Postman inside VS Code. So if you are wondering standalone application like Postman, so you can avoid that and you can use Postman inside VS Code directly. No need worry about like every time you have to open the separate Postman and test your API like that, right? So VS Code is already have this kind of extension. So before that, if you are new in this channel, so please subscribe the channel. Please turn on the bell icon for more updates so you never be miss any kind of update from my side. So let's get started without any further delay. So first of all, you have to search under the extension part like Postman. Once you search it, just click on this first one and click on this install button because I already installed. That's why you can select uninstall. In your case, maybe like install button will be there and just you have to click on that button and install it in VS Code. So once you install it, now you will be see some icon here like this, some pizza icon. So this is the Postman icon. So just click on this one. Immediately you can see one environment. Once you open it, now you can see different types of, like Postman, and this is the environment and workspace. So you have to create new workspace if you want to work on the APIs testing like get, post, put, patch, any delete, any kind of operation regarding your REST API, SOAP API. So just you can create your new workspace or you can use existing workspace inside this extension. So just I already created lots of workspace. So let me select this MS API. And once you select it, now you have to check out first of all Salesforce login. So how to log in with the help of this new extension inside this VS Code? Just very simple. Side by side, let me open my standalone application. So here you can see this is a standalone application. I already configured this kind of things here, right? That's why you can see the output here, right? So same thing, we can just replace this kind of operation, let's say get access token, get query, something like that inside our VS Code without any installation of the Postman. Just you have to use this extension and you can work accordingly, right? So just you have to open it and create a new HTTP request. So let me create a new HTTP request. And if you want to log in first time with Salesforce, just you have to change this HTTP verb. So there are so many HTTP verb here like get, post, put, patch, delete. So here to here, this is a very most important day by day, this kind of HTTP verb from here to here. First of all, you have to select like post HTTP verb because I need to post something in my server. I will be get some like access token with the help of this Postman. So how to get this access token, or we can say that how to log in into the Salesforce. So very simple, just click on this one, right? New request, change this to post, enter your org URL. Org URL you can configure like this. So let me click on this one. I already created it. So just here to here, you have to give like that, like auto services, and this is the base URL. Here you can see login.salesforce.com. And once you set it here, under the params, I need to pass like grunt type password, client ID, client secret, username, password. So you have to use this kind of things here, right? So once you use it in the header, you cannot see any kind of header, right? This is the hidden part, so don't worry about that. And this is the param. Once you set it, this kind of URL you can see here, right? And click on this send button. Immediately you can see here like access token, because based on this access token, I can work in the Salesforce using this Postman and I can test any kind of API in this environment. So please focus. Right now we are getting 200 OK, means our request successfully comes and we are getting like access token here, instance URL, token type and signature, right? So how to next request, how to get the account records, how to post some data like that. So we can work accordingly using this access token, and this please keep in your mind this access token is very most important if you are working any kind of APIs in further request, right? Kind of access token, just you have to click on I'm getting some account record, so how to get it? So just click on this get request. So I already created this get request. So here to here you have to give like here this one, this is the base URL, my org. Here you can see this is the base URL. After that you have to give service data and your API version name and query and query. You can see the queue. So under the param I already mentioned like key as a queue. That's why you can see this queue immediately inside my like URL, right? So just under the value I'm just querying select ID name from account. So you will be see some data based on this query in my response. So how to use that? So before that you have to configure it. In the header you can see my authorization barrier space and my like access token. So we already changed the access token, so just you have to, so under total size is 26 and now you can see ID name some data, right? So and also you can see the status code as 200. Okay, so once you done it this kind of like setup, now you can check another query with the help of this param. So under the param, let's say I want to perform like rating as well. So please observe, previously it was only 2 columns, right now I'm getting 3 columns once you click on this send button. So please observe ID and name previously. So just click on the send. Now immediately you can see here like check the rating. So now ID name rating as null. Let me check with some data. So now you can see ID name rating, right? And rating value here you can see this is the proper data. So based on your requirement you can work accordingly. This is the very most important. And if you need to put some data inside Salesforce or you're getting some data, so always use this like post request. So let me open my org and create the account, or like create the account. Under this account we have like this kind of environment like this one, right? Under body I need to pass like required column name, and under the header we have like authorization and content type. So let me check this is working in my org or not. So just let me copy this URL, let me create a new request, and this request should be paused right in my, you can see in my Postman and in my vscode as well. So let me paste it this URL. Once you pasted it right under the this part, this header part, we have to configure this kind of things. So how to do that? Just under the header part, under key, you have to just copy and paste, let's say authorization. So let me copy this authorization, paste it here, and another key is content type. So let me copy this content type, paste it here. Okay, let me remove it and let me type like content hyphen type. And let me check, cross verify, like it's a case sensitive, so always use C capital and T capital. So C capital. So once you write it, you have to give the value of the authorization. So how to get and how to provide this authorization value? Very simple, just go here, or you can go here under this like header part, or second request under the header we have this kind of things, right? So just copy and paste into the subsequent request. So just paste it here, and content type here JSON, application JSON. Let me check this one. Yeah, so it's application JSON. Just copy it and paste it into this kind of like content type application JSON. So once you've done it, now come to the body part, click on this raw and check this JSON, because I need to send the data as JSON format. So it's key value paired, so always use key and value using like this, like demo. Okay, and once you've done it, just click on this beautify, click on the send, and let's see. So once you send this request, immediately you can see here, please observe, this is a very most important. Here status code 201 created. So 201, all the code start from 2, always is a success or positive sign. Okay, so it's a success, and immediately you can see my record is created this ID. So in this request is always written like success, error and ID. So let me check this ID, like this record is created inside Salesforce or not. Let me copy this one and let me open my org and my org URL. Let me check my org first. So my org URL, this one, here to here. Okay, let me copy it. Let me paste it here. And let me check the name. So it's a integration. Yeah, integration org. Let me click on this one. And now let me check this record is created or not inside the Salesforce. So just do one thing, remove rest of the URL, and after that the base, this is the base URL here to here, paste that like created record ID. So how to check that? So under the VS Code we have this ID. So let me copy it, paste it here after this, like main domain, and enter it. So once you've done it, now immediately you can see my account is created like demo. Here you can see the demo. So this is how to use Postman inside VS Code, and this is a very useful or handy tool. So you can check out once, a very useful tool in nowadays, right? So instead of like standalone application of the Postman, so you can use Postman directly inside this so this is how to implement it, and hopefully you got some idea definitely. So guys, this is all about like Postman with VS Code. So hopefully you like this video. If you like this video, so please subscribe the channel, turn on the bell icon for more updates, so you never be miss any kind of update from my side. So till then, bye bye, take care, see ya, thank you for watching guys.